We were an aspiring uni band called Tethys. Until
My name is Keenan Evans. I was the bassist of Tethys.
My name's Ben Parsons. I was the ex-guitarist of Tethys.
I am Jensen Kai Hellebrock, and I was the drummer.
I'm Jean-Michel. I am the lead singer of the band.
So I'd always, ever since I left my hometown and came to Bolton, I thought uni is the place where you start a band, and university bands, they're all popping up about the country and they're getting big.
Because we talked about the music we liked and we shared have an interest in metal. He's more into the Britpop punk scene and I was more into the metal scene.
I suppose managing the band was fine.
We practiced in the common room, so we had people going past all the time, which was funny, and they come to watch.
People did well at turning up most of the time.
It was always Ben and Jensen that were the earliest.
Keenan was always late.
Alternative.
Rock.
Speed metal.
I like to think we're a genreless band.
To be honest, with the band, I just sort of wanted to have fun.
I hoped for a future. I wanted a future.
I didn't really expect us to make it big.
I hoped that we could, if we kept on practicing, we could get tight. We could get a few local gigs at least. That's what I wanted. We ended up getting one gig, but you know how that went.
So Jensen wrote this film, and I could swear that he was like the Dalai Lama or something for predicting this.
What was crazy about the film was how accurate it captured the members of the band. I mean, Jensen used our exact names in the film. It wasn't as if we were characters. He didn't write the characters, we were just ourselves. So it kind of exposed what the band was becoming. Keenan had to Jean-Michel.
Fuck me! Fuck me!
Sorry, Joe.
You sorry!
I did accidentally, and this was like a few days before the gig, so this one was actually on accident. I didn't really have anything against him. He was a bit annoying at times, but that's not a reason to punch a man,
Yes, he accidentally punched Joe.
I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Yeah, he said that after that punch and after the whole filming Terraform, he hates Joe.
The first gig, yeah, as explained. The first and last gig, the only gig. So I said to directors who I knew because they were on my university course, I said to them as a joke, why don't we get my band to play? And they took it literally. They said, I don't see why not. And so we got the band into this gig.
And I was a bit nervous, but I played in front of people before, so I wasn't that nervous. But I could see Keenan worrying quite a lot about it. And I had to see Joe wearing that fucking top hat and that choker, bro. And I was like, this guy.
It was awful. So we started off with Summer of '69. That one went good because it's absolutely piss easy. So yeah, that went really well. And then in Common, that one went alright because that was the first song we made, so I knew that one. And then the anxiety kicked in. This is going to be awful. And boy, was I right. It was awful.
We did that song, and then we had a few more writers come on reading scripts, short stories, and they were great. They were really good. And I was thinking, wow, they're really good. We need to keep up to that level.
Spectacular show. Like I wasn't really thinking too much about the other poets and stuff like that. I mean, even though it was their show, my mind was pretty much only centered on Tethys.
And then we got to the break, and then they had some wine out.
So Joe was not included in this bit, so Tom, go have a drink of water.
Jean-Michel decided to drink loads of wine.
4 fucking cups of wine.
Which we said we weren't going to do. Just start shouting insults at the audience. He thought he was at some kind of rock festival. He thought he could just get away with.
No, won't turn down free booze.
So then we went back on. We did Jazzy Terraform, which was good.
He grabbed the mic and started going. And we're like, what is he doing?
And then we had a self-titled song, Tethys, which we shouldn't have performed because it wasn't finished. It went on for like 8 minutes because we just kept playing the same thing over and over again at the end. We didn't know how to end it. But it ends with an encore.
But we were joking about when we were practicing it, and we decided, you know what, we're not going to do that. It's not a great line, and a bit misogynistic. So we then decided we weren't going to do that. And then on the day of the gig, Joe decided to shout it out.
And he would say, we blew everyone else out of the water. We were the best ones. Just the stuff he said was awful.
Yeah, so we got to Spoons, we were sitting around the table, and I was trying to sit as far away from him as possible, not looking at him. Whilst he thought the show went absolutely swimmingly, I really did want to hit him because I thought, oh my God, the show has gone awful. Loads of people remember that. My life is ruined.
But yeah, my emotions all over the place. I was telling, we were all just together slagging off. Joe.
We were trying to convince Ben that he is not suitable in the band. Ben wasn't on board.
Just don't drink at gigs, or just don't drink at uni gigs. I was happy to continue the band, but I think after the Terraform film and after the gig, Keenan was really not happy with Jean-Michel's behaviour. Well, after the showcase, we never had any practices again. What we had was like an impromptu band meeting that Keenan called.
I wanted to stay in the band, but I did want it to be the original three-piece.
And he basically told me and Jensen, I want him out the band.
I didn't really want him in the band. I was strongly against him being in the band. Well, Ben was for him being in the band, and Jensen was in the middle.
We talked about having intervention and talking about should we or should we not kick Joe out of the band.
Basically telling him to apologise to the people for the writing showcase. Yeah, so he did apologise, fair play to him, but
He didn't know, so you felt bad. So yeah, no worries.
I couldn't. It sort of like flipped a switch where I realised I don't really like him. He gets on my nerves. Like I said, I don't hate him, but he just annoys me a bit.
I don't regret Tethys. No, I don't have a lot of regrets.
Yes and no.
But I had a good time. I got my songs performed.
It was fun. I liked it. I never expected this to go anywhere, really.
It's a good way to say where I'm at with musically.
That's neither here nor there.
You know, we speak about it like it's all bad. It was quite fun until the end.